William Nylander made it clear he wants to stay in Toronto for the long haul. Now it's up to the restricted free agents representatives and Maple Leafs general manager Kyle Dubas to make it happen. Toronto Maple Leafs center William Nylander, 29, celebrates his goal against the Boston Bruins during second-period NHL Round 1 playoff hockey action in Toronto on April 23. William Nylander made it clear he wants to stay in Toronto for the long haul. Now it's up to the restricted free agents representatives and Maple Leafs general manager Kyle Dubas to make it happen. On hand Wednesday night to lend his support to the Smashfest Ping Pong Tournament, a charity event featuring more than 20 NHLers that raises money for concussion and cancer research, Nylander said his preference is to sign long-term, a contract that could stretch as many as 8 seasons with Toronto rather than ink a short abridged deal. Frank Gunn, the Canadian Press, on hand Wednesday night to lend his support to the Smashfest Ping Pong Tournament, Nylander said his preference is to sign long-term with Toronto, a contract that could stretch as many as 8 seasons, rather than ink a short abridged deal. Of course I want long-term, the 22-year-old said. That's what I want to do, but we'll take it slow, day by day, and see what happens. Nylander is the first of the Leafs' 3 young stars. Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner are the others, to hit restricted free agency after playing out his entry-level contract. Article continued below. The Slick Winger has put up back-to-back 61-point seasons, and combined for 48 goals and 87 assists in 185 career games. Read more. Loaded Leafs cutting in the middleman first-rounder Rasmus Sandin signs entry deal with Leafs. Leafs give Tyler Ennis a shot, signing forward to one-year deal. Matthews and Marner, who are allowed to start formal contract negotiations at the beginning of last month, both said recently they were already in talks with the Leafs ahead of their third NHL seasons. Sporting a summer beard and looking relaxed, Nylander said he isn't thinking about the possibility of not having a contract by the time training camp opens in mid-September. Article continued below. That's between my agent and Kyle, said Nylander, one of more than 20 NHLers on hand at Smashfest, a charity event that raises money for concussion and cancer research. I'm waiting to see what happens. They're going to negotiate it, so I don't think that will be a problem. Nylander does, however, see a problem for opposing teams matching up against the Leafs after the club signed star center John Tavares to a massive free agent deal worth $77 million US over the next 7 years. On July 1, Toronto head coach Mike Babcock mused immediately after Tavares put pen to paper that he would start training camp with Matthews between Nylander and veteran Patrick Marleau on one line, followed by Tavares centering Marner and Zach Hyman. I think it will be lots of fun. We didn't play it all together this year, Nylander said of the potential new trio. Going into training camp knowing me and Austin have some chemistry and Marleau is a tremendous player. I don't think that anything can go wrong there. The so-called third line would be led by Nazem Kadri, who just happened to score 32 goals in each of the last 2 seasons. Having that down the middle will be very hard to match up against, Nylander said. Some first lines will be playing against 3 really good centers. That means the other 2 lines will be able to go out and play against an opponent's second and third line. Nylander said he was on the golf course when he learned via text message that Tavares had signed with Toronto, and recently skated with his new teammate for the first time at the Leafs practice facility. The stuff he was doing out there, Nylander said, was pretty sick.